Hey guys, it's POSTBOXPAT and welcome back to a new video, and today we're going to be playing the Star Wars Battlefront beta. So in this game I am actually going to be playing as the Empire on the Walker Assault game mode, and as you can see I'm just selecting my class right now and we're into the game. So we are in on Hoth Walker Assault. We're just going to skip through this and get straight into the game. So here we go, let's go. So I'm actually commentating over the top, not live as I play, because I just thought, you know what, I'd like to try commenting over the top, just to kind of give you guys a rough idea what this is and kind of what Star Wars Battlefront is. Now the game is a 12 to 13 plus, which they gave it a review of, which I think is about right for a Star Wars game, which is pretty cool, and I really like the game. It is really awesome. All you do is just basically shoot at the enemy team. So you can see I'm playing against the rebels here, and that is basically the aim. There's a lot of stuff to do within this game mode, but the main aim is to kill the players and then help the walkers advance through. That is your aim as the Empire. So as you can see, I have gone into one of the turrets here and I am just going to be shooting them at range. There is a lot of different things you can use on the map for your advantage to take out the enemies. As you can see, I've been killed pretty quickly there at the start, which was unfortunate, so that is pretty bad. So we're going to be heading straight back in as the Imperial, and we are using the default blaster, and we are using the grenade on my left bumper, and on my right bumper we are using the sniper, and on my Y we are using the shield. So you can see Luke Skywalker there. We're having a tough fight against Luke Skywalker, so we've had a bad start to this game. Actually, we've been killed twice, which is pretty unlucky so far. So we're going to go straight back in and see if we can get some more kills. So we're going straight back in. Right, let's see what we can do. So as you can see, the aim is to get the walkers up to the enemy base. Now there are 3 stages within this game mode. You can see at the top screen there, you have the walkers' health on the right, the blue things, that is their health, that circle thing, and then the little bar with the red dots in, that is how far you are through the game. So when you hit that little, see where the little circle is, the first little circle, you'll notice that the Y-wings will come in, which are the ships which bomb the big walkers, so then the enemy can shoot at your walkers. So that's how it kind of works. And for the enemies to get the walkers, they have to hold the uplink. So you can see them on the map there to the right of me, just on the screen. I'm holding them so they don't take them, and as you can see I'm doing quite well. I am killing some of the rebels right here. This is actually a really good combat section. I remember doing this. This was really good. I killed like 3 of them or 4 of them or something without dying on 7 health, which was pretty impressive. And I just stay around here for a bit, use a couple of grenades. You can see I'm taking them out quite well. So it's probably quite good to play the way I play. Now there are 2 options. You guys may have played this and you may be wondering, how am I in third person? Well, you just go into settings, and it's the second one across, gameplay settings, and change your person view, your point of view, to either first person, which is 1p, or 3p, which is third person. Now I personally recommend you play in third person because you get the advantage of seeing around corners, and it's just like the classic Star Wars Battlefront. So in my opinion, I would recommend playing third person, but personally I like to play again in third person. So but I have tried first person. I do enjoy playing first person. I just feel like it feels a bit, should we say, like clunky kind of thing. It just feels really dodgy every now and then in first person, if you know what I mean. So that's just unfortunate. It's just the way it is. You do get that sometimes with first person or third person. So you can see what I mean. When you're actually playing the game, you'll notice when you peep around rocks and stuff in first person, sometimes you will have a clear shot, but you will be hitting the rocks. So you'll notice that a lot in third person and first person. It's just the way the game is programmed, because they haven't just like put curves around rocks everywhere. But I'm not going to go into too much detail the way the game's programmed. We're just kind of here to talk about the game in general and what I think of it, and should you guys download it, and just some awesome gameplay and me doing actually quite well. I actually end up doing really well in this game, and I do get on a turret in a minute and do really well, I believe. So this is actually a really good gameplay. I just love the way it's 20v20 players online. It's perfect number of players, and people may be saying, oh Pat, how come it's impossible to win as the rebels? Well, the thing is, it's not impossible. I actually do have a game where I actually won as the rebels, which I will be uploading soon after this. Probably this video will be up as the beta is still out, but the next video will be up as the beta has gone, unfortunately. But I will be still uploading it, how to win as the rebels, because it is possible, and it is very easy if you know what you're doing. You just gotta be ready and be prepared to try, and I did it without any team or anything, which is really impressive. When I mean team, I mean people like I'm talking to, because I have won it several times with people I know, and we've been working together to win it. But if you're playing with complete randomers, it is quite hard to do. But I have the perfect thing you can do if you are playing with randomers, so that is really good, which I'll show you guys in the next video, but not right now. We're just talking about the game in general, and should you buy it or should you not. So that's a good question. People have been asking me, should I buy Star Wars Battlefront or should I not? Now I'm definitely going to buy it because it's one of the games that I've been waiting for at least 10, not 10 years, about 8 years, because they did actually announce they were going to make Star Wars Battlefront free. If you didn't know, they did have 2 original Star Wars Battlefronts, and they also had a few other spin-offs on different devices like the DS and things like that, but the original 2 were Star Wars Battlefront on the PlayStation 2 and Xbox original, and I think it was on PSP as well, and then on Star Wars Battlefront, then Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out, which was on the PSP, Xbox and PlayStation 2 as well, and they were really good games. They were like perfect, and it's completely different actually to this, same sort of aspect but just different feel to the original ones. Now I may upload some original one gameplay if you want to see it, but maybe but the original ones are amazing, and this is just like, they kind of didn't name it number 3 because it's been at least 10 years. I don't even know exactly how long it's been, but it feels like 10 years, and yeah, they brought out the next one, Star Wars Battlefront, this one, whichever one you want to call it, Star Wars Battlefront 3 or just Star Wars Battlefront. So it's pretty cool, and they did actually announce they were going to build or make Star Wars Battlefront 3 ages ago, but it got cancelled, so that's why I've been waiting so long, and here we are. And yeah, it's just a pretty cool game, so that's the reason I am going to buy the game, because it's really good. But a reason you may not want to buy Star Wars Battlefront, I don't want to be too negative about the game, but there isn't that many game modes or game types or maps coming to the actual game. This Walker's Assault thing, I believe, this is what I've been told, now this isn't 100% certain, but the Walker Assault thing, I believe, is just the one game mode. When you click on Walker Assault, it's only this map. Maybe, you never know, they might put it in Endor, if you know the Ewok planet with all the teddy bears. They may have a Walker Assault game mode in that, but I don't think they will. I just think it'll be this map only, because it does clearly state Walker Assault on Hoth in the description when you are loading it up. So it'll probably be just this map, which is pretty kind of annoying, if you know what I mean. So that's just kind of the way it is, but hopefully it might not be like this in the future, and they'll change some things and add new things. But definitely I am going to buy it because it is it's been a really good game. I've really enjoyed playing it. I don't do that badly on it. The actual one where I play as the Rebels, I do quite bad with my score for kills, but the actual score for taking out vehicles and stuff, wow, did you hear that then? That was crazy. Well, the actual score for taking out the AT-ATs and stuff was pretty high, so you can do it that way. You can either do what I'm doing right here, just camping around in turrets and taking people out. As you can see, I'm on a really high score there. I think it was about 24 kills to 4 deaths. I couldn't exactly read it that quick, but yeah, we're doing pretty good, and we are doing really well. We actually are starting quite well, and I believe this is quite a successful game for me, especially when we push up in a minute. I'm just trying to snipe out in this turret without dying. I don't want to lose too many lives. I like to try and perform the best I can in these games. And you guys are going to be wondering, what's going on with my channel, where are things going? Well, we are going to still be continuing the subscriber kingdom. If you are wondering what that is a Minecraft series where I play on survival only, and we just work as a team and just build some crazy stuff. But unfortunately, I haven't had much time to play that, and obviously with this coming out, I'm obviously going to be interested in this because I've been waiting for this for at least 8 years to 10 years. Not exactly sat there waiting, but just knowing about it and knowing that it's eventually going to be coming. Eventually, like, we were hoping and we never heard anything from it, and then one day suddenly they announced this was coming, and it's just amazing to be able to play it. And I'm playing it right now as you guys can see, and I'm going to be playing it as soon as I finish this. Just keep on playing. But you can see it's a really good game. It's actually probably one of the best games I've played in a long time, shooter wise, especially third person. You can see this turret here is really awesome as well. That's a really top tip for you guys. Just stick with the turrets, don't even go on foot. So now this is a game where I kind of stay on foot for most of the game. I do try out some other things as well. I don't go in the air. The air is, you can see how people just bomb down from the sky like that. It is really hard to, it's not hard to fly, but it's really hard to get a lot of kills in the sky because there's only 2 enemy ships up at a time, roughly. Sometimes you can get more if it's round carryovers and stuff, but there's usually only about 2 enemy ships up in the sky at once, so you kind of struggle to get kills. You can actually shoot at the people on the ground and shoot at the vehicles, but it's a bit risky because there's a lot of mountains and stuff in the way, and I've tried doing that. I've had a few kills from it, but I only get about 2 and then die because I end up crashing, so it is pretty hard to do that. If you get pretty good at it, I suppose you could do a lot of sweeping through the ground, shooting at people, especially in the A-Wings and the X-Wings, and especially the Snowspeeder, because that goes extremely slow if you can get good with that. So that's pretty cool. They're the 3 ships for the Rebels, and then the Imperial have the TIE Fighter and the TIE Fighter Interceptor, I believe it's called. They are 2 different ships. You get them on different rounds, and it's quite complicated the way it works, but I'll kind of try and explain it to you. You can see the 3 dots at the top there. On the first dot you will get TIE fighters as the Imperials, and as the Rebels you will get X-Wings. The second dot you will get TIE fighters again as Imperial, and as the Rebels you'll get A-Wings. And on the third dot you'll get Snow Speeders as the Rebels, and as the Imperials you will get the TIE Fighter Interceptors, which are a little bit more, they kind of are more triangular than the normal TIE Fighters, which are more square. So that's pretty cool, and I really do like the way they have different ships in different rounds, and it is possible to carry your ship over to next round. So if you manage to stay in your A-Wing without being shot down and you are still in it, you can actually keep it up in the sky for more time, and you'll also get the 2 Snow Speeders as well. But if you do crash the A-Wing, that's it, you can't get the A-Wing back until next game. So yeah, it's pretty cool, and then they're the different ships. The A-Wing and the X-Wing are actually shaped like an A and an X, which is pretty cool. I really do like that. It's a really cool idea. But yeah, and I love the sound effects. The sound effects are amazing. The voice sound effects and the whole, you can hear the, just listen to the sound effects. It's just, they've done a perfect job with it. It's like the dream Star Wars game. It is really awesome. The only problem is there is no campaign, which isn't too much of a problem, because it's kind of, this is kind of like the campaign. This is exactly what happens in the film. You are invading on Hoth, and I'm not going to spoil the film if you haven't watched it, but this is kind of what happens in the film. You are attacking on Hoth. There are some things which don't exist in the film, for example this bubble shield that I'm using right now, and some of the things that you get on here, like obviously I believe in the film I don't think they have X-Wings on Hoth, and I don't think they have many TIE fighters flying around. I know they have the Snow Speeders, but that's just to make the game more fair, and the game is very unbalanced currently, and people have been asking what would I do to make the game more balanced. Ooh, I got absolutely wrecked by that guy then. Ooh, but people have been asking me, like I said, what could I do to make the game balanced, even though I don't make the game, but what would I do to make the game balanced? Now, what I'd do is I'd just make it for the Rebels so you could spawn at your uplinks. So when you're capturing the uplinks, to call in your Y-Wings, which are the ships on the top left of the screen there, you can see them in the little circle there. As you control uplinks, more of them Y-Wings will be able to get called in. So here you go. You can see I'm going into one of the big walkers, the AT-ATs, but as you can see the Y-Wings will stack up there. As you capture the things as the Rebels, you'll get more Y-Wings, which means you can kind of invade stuff, and yeah, that's basically what I'd do. You'd have it so you could spawn at them uplinks, so you could control them for longer without them being captured. And also, what else would I do? I'd probably add another hero for the Rebels team to give them more of an advantage. Rather than just having Luke and Darth Vader everywhere, I'd add maybe Han Solo, because he could probably have a rocket which you could shoot at vehicles and maybe even kill them at two, because them little fellas are really strong, and you don't want them little AT-STs to kind of get in your way, because they are really strong and they're just really awesome. But you can see here I am in the AT-AT, which is also called an AT-AT, as the Rebels do call that. A lot of people do wonder what it's called. You can actually call it either, because the Rebels have actually called it AT-ATs in the past. So mainly AT-AT is the common name for it, but AT-AT is also a cool name you can use for it. So you can see I'm not doing that good in this. I don't believe I get any kills in this. If I was a bit closer in, I probably would have got more kills. It's just because the bullets or the lasers are actually dropping more than I expected, which is just kind of irritating. So that kind of happened there, and I'm going in here as an Imperial troop again, a snow one. I just love these guys because they're not the normal stormtroopers. They're dressed up in the snow stuff, and they're just really cool. So you'll see I'll go over here now, and I'm actually going to go and grab this AT-ST over here, which is really awesome. It's a little walker, and you'll see me going as this, but unfortunately you'll see what happens. I don't get that lucky in this actually. This is actually really annoying. I didn't get lucky in any of the walkers, so we're going to go straight in with this guy, and we're going to go straight in to see if we can get anyone. And let's go. Here we go. So we're going in, and watch this, guys. This is really funny. I go right up this hill expecting to find some enemies on the left hand side of the map, and unfortunately I am very unlucky and I get absolutely destroyed. So I just got wrecked by a snow speeder, which is really irritating, but it's kind of what happened. And we are back in as an Imperial troop, and as you can see we're going to be running straight in as the Imperial troop and seeing if we can take out any of these. So we're running straight into this trench, and as I can see, there is a hero drop up there. So I'm going to pick up this hero drop, and this should put me as Darth Vader. So here we go. We hold down LB and RB, and we should become Darth Vader, which is a really cool guy. He's actually got some awesome abilities. As you can see right now, I'm going to be going straight in with Darth, and we've got all these awesome abilities at the bottom right. You can see I have the LB, which chokes the enemy. I have the Y, which is a heavy attack, and the RB, which actually throws my lightsaber forward, which is really cool. I think it's one of the best heroes, well, that I've played as. I think he's better than Luke because he just seems cooler, and his abilities are quite good with his RB, and you've got the help around you, which is really awesome for helping you out, taking huge targets or huge numbers of people out at once, which can be awesome to have that support around you. It's just amazing to know that you're Darth Vader and there's them huge walkers protecting you, which makes him a really awesome hero to play as. You've got all his abilities right there, as you can see. You've got his LB, which is like a choke, and his Y, which is a heavy attack, and his RB, which throws his lightsaber. So there's the victory, there's the awesome win, and there's our AT-AT absolutely blasting the Rebels hangar, destroying it there. The Rebels generator is all gone, and I did really good in that game. Actually, I was really impressed with what I got. Usually I don't do that good. Usually I usually come in the top 10, but some days I get bad games, some days you get good games. It's just the way it rolls. But the beta is out, so make sure you do go and download the beta if you haven't already. It's really awesome. I do suggest it. And don't forget, if you have an opinion on this video or anything that you'd like to disagree with or agree with, feel free to comment down below. I love things like that. It just makes me feel that extra and helps me out, and just kind of, we can have like little kind of like arguments, but not exactly arguments, just kind of predicting stuff. And yeah, if you haven't already, go and subscribe. And once again, this is POSTBOXPAT signing out.